Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Lisa, and in this video we're going to talk through how I've completed this wolf, including all of this black and white fur. If you like this video and feel like you'd like to give this tutorial a go, you can check me out on Patreon, where this is a full real-time tutorial. You get given the reference photo, the line art, the material list, and everything you need to complete this one all by yourself. Each month on Patreon, we vote to what we want to do next, and last month this piece won. If you'd like to see all the tutorials available, you can check out my website, and if you'd like a commission or pet portrait done, you can email me on the website too. So let's get started drawing the wolf. So this reference photo I just got from Pixabay, and I do give a copy of each of my pieces, all of the reference photo and where I got them for anyone to access. So with pieces like this, it can be really tricky just to start with fur. So what I like to do is go in, put in both of the eyes, or at least one of the eyes, and then start to work on some of the fur on the ear. So then I'll go through, put both of the ears in, and then I can start to just link up all of the fur. So when starting a piece like this and you move on to a new section and one that you haven't completed before, it always takes a little while to get used to the way that you're going to lay the pencils down, the colors that you're going to use, and the techniques that you're going to use as well. So in the tutorial, we'll go over all of this in real time. So it's a really good chance to learn some new skills and different ways of doing things. But if you are a seasoned color pencil artist, you'll know that we do work from light to dark. So what we do is go in with like a medium tone, start to outline where you can see some of the darker areas. Once you have that all mapped out, we can go in with a base layer. For this one, usually a warm or a cold grey one, and then start to put down some of the tones that we can see underneath the fur. So for this piece, there was a lot of light yellow ochre, beige red, which is a pinky tone, and burnt ochre. So I used this throughout the whole piece to make sure it was a cohesive piece and all matching up using the same tones and colors. I also added in a little bit of burnt sienna, walnut brown, and to darken things up, we use some of the warm grey 3, dark sepia, black, and always working in layers. So you go through, put down a layer, come back over, blend it down, and then go back in with more layers. For this piece, I did go through with a solvent for most of the fur. So for the eyes and the ears, I didn't use any solvent. Even the top of the head here, I began by not going in with any solvent, but then sort of felt like my paper wasn't blending as well as I wanted it to. So I did go in with some Zested liquid blender. This is all outlined in the material list if you complete the tutorial. And if you're new to a liquid blender, what you do is go through, put down a base layer. So you do want to get quite dark with your base layer. Make sure you have all the tones and colors that you want to put in. Go through with the liquid blender and really blend it down nice and gently. So you don't want to go in with a lot of solvent on your brush, just a little bit. Even using a piece of paper towel to rub off some of the liquid so that you're not moving around the pigments too much. Once you blend it down, you need to wait at least half an hour for it to dry. And then once you come back, you can start to put over all the layers that you've put down before. You can just start to get darker with those layers. The great thing about color pencil solvent is it blends everything down, really covers the tooth of the paper. And once you go over with more pencil, it feels like there isn't any pencil on the page to start with. So it really helps you to saturate that color, especially when you're working with really dark blacks and really bright colors. So as we work through this first section, you can see that we're moving on to different sections at a time and completing little bits at a time. This sort of helps you to be able to break down each section really clearly and focus on that section rather than working on big sections and getting lost of where you are. So you'll see throughout this tutorial, I go through, put down a layer, blend it down with some of the liquid solvent. Then while that dries, we can move on to another section and then blend that down and then move back to the previous section. So when it came to the nose for this one, I did put in a little bit of the muzzle to start with. Then I decided that I really needed to have the nose in so we can really properly connect up the fur on the muzzle. So to complete the nose, I used some of the black just to outline the nostrils and the very darkest sections. Then went in with some base layers, also used some of the sky blue for that blue tone, went through and started to darken everything up. I also used a soft white Holbein pencil. So this is a white waxy pencil that allows you to put little white speckles and lines on the top of your colour pencil. It's really helpful to get all of those really little white highlight sections on the eye and also on the nose. So remember, when you're putting down your fur lines and fur texture, you want to go in the direction of the fur. So you need to make sure that you're really studying your reference photo and paying attention to the direction that the fur is moving around the face of the animal. So on the muzzle section, I'm putting in a lot of dots and small lines just to depict that really short fur. But then as you get down the chest and the back of the wolf, we're using longer strokes because there's longer furs in these areas. Making sure that you have a really sharp point on your pencil also really helps to put down really small, thin, precise fur lines. So remember, when you're putting down your fur lines, you want to go in the direction that the fur is going and also the length of the fur that you can see in the picture. But with everything as well, it just takes time and practice to get used to this sort of technique. And the tutorial is great for this as we go through this step by step with real-time instructions and everything you need to complete this one all by yourself. So remember to like and subscribe, and now it's time to put in those really final details, which is the whiskers. And the key to this is just having a very sharp pencil. So this is the final result. I really hope that you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys.